What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope you like this video. I'm gonna be dropping a bunch of videos this evening. It's Friday. I'm getting caught up from the week, you guys. I hope everybody had a great week. I did. I'm exhausted, but I had a great week and blessed. I want to say this before I go into anything. Just sending out a special prayer and good vibes to the people along the East Coast. I'm not too high up from the storm, but we're going to basically just get rain and wind. We're not, I don't even think we're going to get a whole lot of that, to be honest with you. I ask that if you can, give a little, give a lot. And if you don't trust the Red Cross or any of these bigger, organizations, find a local church, find a local school that might be looking for donations for students or looking for donations for some of its parishioners, that type of thing. It means a lot, and it goes a long way, you guys. So look into it while we're enjoying our nice, comfortable, warm, dry homes. You know what I'm saying? Cash app somebody $20 or something like that. But anyway, this is going to be a little quick drop on Braxton Family Values. I said it last week, and I really wasn't planning on coming back and saying anything, but I did just look at last night's episode. So I'm going to just say this again, you guys. If I thought it last week, I'm convinced now that this was, I just feel like this was all set up. I do. I don't feel like this was organic. Do I feel like the sisters maybe have some beef with WeTV? Probably. I mean, WeTV does not, contrary to popular belief, most people are not making a lot of money in reality TV. A lot of these women, men that you see on reality TV, a lot of what they are wearing, driving, living in, so forth and so on, it's for the camera. It's rented, it's leased, it's Airbnb, it's whatever. Then you see the people, the breakout stars like the Nene Leakes, who then can come back and demand a higher paycheck. So yes, Nene Leakes is making some decent money on Real Housewives of Atlanta now. But if you rewind to her first year contract, she was not. I'm getting caught up on Black Ink Crew, the original Black Ink Crew, so I could review that new season. And there was a scene where Sky was saying when she first started doing Black Ink Crew, she was still working her regular 9 to 5 at Macy's every day and filming on the weekends. So don't be fooled into what you guys see. So do I think that WeTV, that maybe the girls were lowballed because when the show first started, the only real star, think about it, the only real star was Tony when Braxton Family Values first started. And so I believe Tony was probably making some good money from the word go. Tamar was probably making okay money because her husband was one of the producers of the show and brought the show to the table. But now in hindsight, seeing how things are kind of falling out with their marriage, maybe she wasn't. Maybe he was making a good little piece of change. So do I think that there was a legitimate beef? Yeah, it probably was some legitimate beef there. Do I think that... I don't even know to what extent this whole strike thing happened. I'm going to be honest with you. And I'm going to tell you why. I got a couple of reasons why. My first reason why is it just seemed to me like WeTV was able to salvage the show way too quickly. I could see if they had Tracy doing some organic scenes with these random people, like she's gonna go on a spa a weekend, she's gonna go shopping, she's gonna do a rehearsal and have a choreographer that we know come in and help her get ready. Like, those are things that don't take but a phone call and let's get some space, let's pretend like they went to this elaborate spa. Like if the girls had gone to a spa or something, but last week we have her doing a whole fit camp with all these random people, and then this week a cattle drive. Like, I'm not saying it was high budget, but it just seemed like they did a lot in a little bit of time. Because if you follow the headline to what we're seeing, they haven't been on strike that long that they were able to film and edit all these scenes. The second thing that makes me think that this is all a setup is the sisters are on strike, but they filming scenes to talk about being... Remember, it's a reality TV show. The scene with her and Tony, the scene with Tony and Tawanda, that means they're back at work. That means that Tawanda is back at work. because she's filming a scene, even if the scene is talking about them being on strike and talking about why they all mad at Tracy. You're back at work. The strike is over then, right? Am I on number 3? My third reason why I think this is not an organic situation. Tony conveniently was filming a movie and didn't have nothing to do with none of this. You filming a movie don't have nothing to do with the fact that you didn't know what was going on. You weren't a part of. I know y'all text each other all goddamn day. I know y'all got a group text. Me and my friends got a damn group text. I know you and your sisters got a group text. You filming a movie does not mean you didn't know what was going on. Does not mean you were not a part of this quote unquote let's strike for more money. Like, you were a part of it one way or the other. Either you were like, y'all keep me out of it, I ain't doing it, or I'm down and I'm just gonna pretend like I gotta film this movie so I don't have to really be down. But the fact that Tony is gonna play middleman and try to bring everybody back together and make it all so organic. Nah. They back at work. Tamar ain't filmed in a year, so that don't even mean nothing. Tamar ass ain't been filming for real since her and Vince fell out. She did that old bullshit last season of Tamar and Vince. All that was basically probably the lost footage of them fighting, showing the how their marriage dissolved. That's really all that season was. Then you had last season where she filmed 3 scenes. The scene where she ran away from Tracy at the damn movie lot. The scene where they went to lunch, that dinner that time. And the scene where, was it her mother's birthday, where she showed up with Logan and Vince. And then the next day they went out to lunch and Logan was running around that damn restaurant. To me, Tamar ain't really been there no damn way. So she wasn't on strike. She was doing what the fuck she been doing for the last year. Last but not least, and this was the nail on the coffin for me. This is what made me be like, yeah, all this is some bullshit. If y'all peeped the scene where Tony called Tawanda and Tawanda was sitting there reading, she was reading the Ayanna Van Zant book. Hardback. Ayanna ain't had a new book out in 10 years. She just happened to be sitting down reading an Ayanna Van Zant book right before they're going to do an episode with Ayanna Van Zant. Y'all stop it. I ain't mad though, because like I said last week, I feel like they needed to do something to sort of jumpstart the show. I feel like the show was getting a little stale. I feel like the ratings probably were suffering. I feel like the only thing, I mean, sad but true, probably the only thing that was really carrying the show was the conflict between Tamar and Vince these last couple of seasons, because none of the other storylines I don't think anybody was really caring about. Tawanda won't tell us who she dating, so nobody cares about that. Like, you can only tease people but for so long. And again, the Tony Birdman thing, I don't think nobody was really buying that one, because Tracy's got her business, and her and Gabe, who I thought she wasn't even messing with Gabe no more. Then we come to find out last year on Ayanna Van Zant that not only are they still cool, but they went on vacation last year, had sex, and he living in her damn guest house. But now she with a new man and they in love, and that's cool. And I'm happy for her. Don't get me wrong, y'all. I'm happy for her. Now let me tell y'all something. Here's the split with the whole reality TV piece. I'm a firm believer that you are entitled to keep your business your business. Like, I love gossip as much as the next person. I love spilling tea, sipping tea, all of the above. But I also respect celebrities when they don't want to tell you their business. Now, the oxymoron to that is when you go on a reality show, you know that you're signing on to tell a certain percentage of your business. But I am not one of those people that feels like just because you're on a reality show means that you have to tell everybody everything. I want to know everything. I'm not going to lie. Hell yeah, I want to know everything. That's why the hell I'm watching the show. But I never get mad when people choose to share, especially when real life, I say it all the time, when real life meets reality TV. So when you started doing the show, your life was one way, and then your life started changing and evolving. It sort of changes the rules a little bit. So like, for example, I'll use Married to Medicine as an example. Now we are seeing where these women started off in one place, but their lives have moved them into some very different directions. I can understand some of them saying I want to take a pause, or I want to adjust, or I want to change up a little bit, because my life isn't what it started off as. And so with Tamar and Vince, I'm not mad at Tamar for pulling back on her filming, but there was clearly a rift between Tamar and Tracy already. And because Tamar won't film and Tamar won't talk about it, nobody really knew what the hell the problem was. Now, I do believe they don't know what the problem is. I believe that, because I believe Tamar gets mad about shit and don't tell. I believe Tamar gets mad about shit and keeps it to herself, and sometimes she mad about stuff that you don't need to be mad about. So she got Tracy kicked off the tour because I believe that was her. She wouldn't film with Tracy to the point where she sped off the minute she saw Tracy show up. She sped off and wouldn't even speak to Tracy, acknowledge her presence. There is a problem between those two sisters. I think it's going to be exasperated, and I think it's going to finally come out over the next couple of weeks. But honestly, y'all, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't believe this whole storyline. I believe it's been manufactured. I believe it's been hyped up, and I believe it's for the purposes of ratings. And I ain't mad at you. That's what you're in the business for. You're in the business for creating ratings so you can keep your damn show on the air and keep collecting your paycheck. But I do believe that there is some legitimate hurt somewhere behind a lot of this. I do think there is some real conflict among the sisters, but that's going to happen as well too. Families fight, families argue. When you add a camera and you add money and you add divorce and infidelity and gossip and mistrust and all those different elements, there's going to be some organic drama. But I think that the organic drama wasn't being filmed because certain people didn't want it out there. So anyway, that's my 2 cents. That's my quick drop on the Braxtons. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Do y'all agree or disagree? Y'all think this shit real? Or do you think that, are you with me and feel like that? I'm going to say it's maybe like a 70-30 split, that 70% is manufactured, 30% is the organic, what's really there, and they're building on what's there. They're building that 70% on top of the 30% that's already there. Do I think that there was a conversation with Tracy and her sisters that they were going to strike, and then Tracy double crossed her sisters? I don't think. I think the plan was that one sister was going to show up for filming, and they pulled straws, and Tracy drew the short straw. Because think about it. For the exception of Tamar and maybe Tony, the other 3 sisters could have very easily spun that same storyline that Tracy spun and saying, look, I still got to feed my family. Trina has her restaurant, but she still has 2 kids. I mean, even though her oldest son is an adult, but she has her family, her kids, and she has a business she has to keep afloat. She could have very easily spun that same storyline. Tawanda was probably the best because Tawanda's got 2 younger kids that she's still obviously taking care of, and a divorce and a crazy little home situation where her husband's still living in her damn house. She could have easily have been like, look, I love my sisters, but I gotta eat. Although Tawanda's personality probably wouldn't have been as organic. I don't know. But anyway, all of them could have spun that same storyline and say, look, I still gotta eat. I gotta feed my family. But yeah, so with that being said, that's my 2 cents, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in them comments.